What's up, guys? Hornalis with you here, bringing you vermilion review, episode 0. This is the final episode, just to let y'all know. I didn't know myself that this was going to be a 12 episode series. I was hoping for it to be like 24, 25-ish. But, no, only 12 episodes, sadly, and it's like, just the way this episode ended was like, it left me wanting more and unsatisfied. Hopefully we get a second season that's longer, but the way it starts off is basically them continuing to go to the mansion with the reactors, and basically Kirk shows up and Shihiro's like, guys, let me fight him. You guys just continue going to the mansion, stuff like that. And at first it was kind of like debating it, but after a while they started to believe in him, and they're like, okay, fine, we leave this to you. So you have Kirk versus Shihiro. Then you have Inuki's assistant, which I always forget her name. You got Suna, and you have Katetsu. Katetsu's there, and he tells the assistant chick, he tells her, go ahead, we stay here because a herder monster showed up. So after that happens, like, she leaves the group, so it just Katetsu and his girlfriend there, and they fight these herder monsters. This is going on. Inuki's assistant, Sabaki, finally makes it to the mansion. But before she gets there, we get some dialogue between the Chaos Leader, Yuri's dad, and Mitsuki, his daughter. And my prediction was right. Mitsuki is actually a clone of Shihiro's mother. Her name's not really Mitsuki, it's something else. Shia is her name, but she's the clone of Mitsuki, which is Shihiro's mother. Let me correct that. So we found that out, and I was like, yeah, I kind of figured, because he was too obsessed with this. And for you to have a second daughter out of nowhere, she had to be a test tube baby. And that's exactly what she was, a clone that he made to find her for his own glory. And she was telling him off, saying, you don't really love Mitsuki, you just want to be a show-off to her for your own pride, but you don't know what really love is. The only person you love is yourself. Everyone else you see as tools and stuff like that. And he was like in denial. He was like, nah, I don't believe it, I don't believe it. And they're arguing back and forth about this. Then Tsubasa, she shows up. After that, it gets weird because he runs away laughing, like this diabolical crazy laugh. Then Shia starts fighting Tsubasa, and they fight in, and at first Shia had the upper hand, or Mitsuki I'm gonna call her since that's technically who she DNA off of. She has basically the upper hand in the beginning of the fight, but then later on, as the fight slowly progresses, Tsubasa, she starts, catching on, and she does pretty good. She's actually able to beat her to the point where she's not knocked unconscious or dead, but she loses control of the machine, and the machine goes haywire. Then we switch back to Shihiro fighting Kirk, and he's fighting this dragon and stuff, and the dragon, it's like super hard for him to penetrate with his blade, so he gets slapped to the ground. And then we find out another real discovery, that all the, from the beginning of the episode 1, where we have all these people killing each other in battle, and it's like everyone keeps killing each other in battle. It's like there's no winner. Everyone just keeps killing each other at the same time. Like it's planned out that way. Well, we find out that those dreams and visions that he had in the first episode and all these other episodes, they were different acts. Dex explains this, Dukes, she explains this to Shihiro, that these are all different acts that he has played in, which in other words, those are all different time zones of himself. So all those things actually did happen. It wasn't like they were like visions that was going to happen. They're everything things that already happened. He's just seeing visions of them so he can try to change them so they won't happen again. And basically we find that out, and that was nice to know. And his vision is not his own power. it's the power coming from her, since technically he's chosen to be the next Lord of Vermilion. She's allowing him to have this power because he's chosen for that role. So actually, he's gonna always be chosen for that role. But after that, he decides to, he has to continue to live and fight on. He gets up and he activates the Lord of Vermilion, powers up like he did the last episode, and he trashes the skeleton dragon, which is made of all these human souls that Kirk took to make again. And then he fights Kirk, and the fight's very short. He ends him quick. Then he goes up to Duke's to see if there's a way to shut off the gate, since they lost control of it. She tells him there's one way, only the Lord of Vermilion. Only his life can suffice to close the gate. So when he goes up there to close the gate, Yuri gets in his way with another skeleton dragon. It's like, all these people and their skeleton dragons. Thinking I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons or something. But this happens, and they had their little tussle and battle. And she's saying, you change and stuff like that. And I have to protect you now since I killed your familiar and stuff like that. And she's feeling bad for it. And Shahiro was explaining to her, you did nothing wrong. Remember, kids, Griffin did nothing wrong. But, just had to throw that meme in there. But, yeah, they start tussling or whatever. And he sneaks by her to strike the dragon down. And when she turns to hit him, he actually, takes the hit a little bit and he gets cut. But he doesn't hit her back. And he confesses to her, I can't kill the most important person to me. And that makes her happy, and she starts crying. They had their emotional moment there. And she tells him, she begs him basically, take me with you. Don't sacrifice yourself and not take me with you. So he agrees to it, as you see in the thumbnail of them flying upwards. But then things take a little twist of a turn. Once he had the courage to go through with this, and they were up there, he pushes her down technically. And he sacrifices himself. Now, we're not sure if he dies, or he gets transferred to another world like his mother did. But, oh yeah, Yuri's dad, he also got transferred into that hole of that gate. The guy that we have not yet known his name, the guy with all the tattoos and piercing, he kicks him off a ledge and he just floats upwards into the gate. That was earlier on in the episode, after he escaped that monastery, mansion. So, yeah, that's Yuri's dad and Shahiro that's got caught in that gate. And Kirk is dead, so. But that dude with the tattoos and the piercing is still around. Actually, after the ending credits, we get a scene of the Guardians that's destroying, monsters. Because even though the main gate is closed and another world cannot pop up and destroy this one, the monsters can still somewhat squeeze in. The low-level ones. So the Guardian starts doing their job and taking them out. And where the female one is taking them out, you see the male Guardian in the back. And the dude with the mask and the tattoo, who we have not yet got his name, taps his shoulders and appears to him and smiles. And that's how the episode ends. So with that little ending, if they do make a part 2, season 2, I believe basically he's going to influence that guy. And he'll probably betray the Guardian stats to reopen the gate. Or he might kill his partner and then take control completely of the Guardian states and force all of them to work with them to open the gate. Since Chaos Leader is gone and, most of his people are now gone, so. And those that are not gone, we converted to good guys and are living with Katetsu. Because we also see in the end that Katetsu and that girl that he likes are together, and the other two, the other girl and the guy that was with Inuki's brother, June, his underling, and the girl he likes, they're together with them, so. Know that they moved in together in a house, all four of them, the way that panel was shown out in the end, but yeah, I'm very sad. I was hoping for this to be more. This anime was very good, and I was liking it. Didn't know this was sponsored, I believe, or created by Square Enix, so. But it is a fantasy action game, manga, anime, so. Now, I'm not sure if this is a light novel or manga. I have not read it, so please, people, no spoilers. But can somebody please tell me down below if they're going to continue to make more of this, or is there a manga or a light novel that continues off of this? I would really like to read it, because it's enjoyable, but yeah, I'm just so I'm not really displeased. Yeah, I'm kind of displeased, I guess you could say, yeah, how it ended. Like, it was a good ending, but I wanted more. There was so much to this Bloodline heroic powers and the familiar sets and magic, and there was other elements to here that wasn't explained, and it was like, it would have been nice to get more, but it ends with it ends, so. But please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell me your thoughts and opinions below. Tell me if this is going to be a light novel, or this is a manga and it continues, or whatever. Or what game this is from, because this is supposed to be off of a game from Square Enix, but yeah, again guys, this is all I have for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.